it's Amy from The Next Right Thing, and I'm here today to talk about the top 5 reasons, in my opinion, based on 3 decades of experience, of why people either can't stay sober or don't stay sober, regardless of how they're trying or what they're trying to do. I think number 5, I will begin with enablers. We hear about this a lot, and obviously we can't blame other people, but it does make it more difficult to get and stay sober when we have what we call enablers. An enabler is someone or even a system of people that will continue to enable a person to continue a negative behavior. So some of the most common examples of that would be continuing to pay somebody's bills while they are spending their money on drugs or alcohol. Continuing to bail someone out of jail. It could be as simple as continuing to get attorneys for people, or sometimes people with more means will get enabled for a longer period of time. They can get help with, getting reduced sentences or things like that. It could be taking care of someone's children so that they can go out and do the things that they need to do. But it's really hard to find that fine line between how do I love someone in addiction and not enable them. And basically the answer is, if I'm protecting them from their own consequences, I'm most likely enabling them. Number 4, I would say number 4 would be, I'm going to sneak a look at my sheet. Number 4 would be that they need someone to believe in them. And so I want to say loving someone is very different than believing in them. It almost goes with number 5. To truly believe that someone can get sober, I need to be able to stay out of it. I need to be able to trust and believe that that person can do what they have to do in order to stay sober. If I keep interfering, if I keep enabling, or if I keep trying to make things easier or softer for that person, I'm not truly believing in them. And not just that, outside of the family, they need professionals in their life who believe in them, whether that's a trusted therapist or a treatment provider, could be an AA or NA 12-step sponsor, but someone who truly believes not only that they need to do this, but that they absolutely can do this. It's super important. And I think number 3 is probably what I have seen the most of is fear. Fear of getting sober. That doesn't seem to make sense. But when you have been using a substance to cope with things in your life that are distressful or painful, whether that's, emotional pain, physical pain, all kinds of things that they're using, if to just rip that away from somebody is terrifying. But not only that, oftentimes in order to recover, we have to let go of things that are important to us. It could be people in our lives. It could be our job. It could be family. It could be our partner. There may be people, places, and things that we have to let go of. And that's terrifying to do so. So sometimes that in and of itself will keep someone from following that road to recovery. I would say the second most damaging thing, I guess, for people who are trying to get in recovery is to not have belief in themselves. So it's important that other people believe in me, but it's even more important that I believe in myself. So not just believing that, hey, I really need to do this. My life is a mess. I really need to stop using. I really need to go and do all of these difficult things in order to stay sober. But I have this lingering disbelief that I can actually accomplish that. And I think that's very common. They've proven to themselves over and over again that they haven't been able to do it. And so it's really hard to keep up that hope and keep up that belief. But in order to stay clean for a long term, we have to have some of that. There has to be a spark of belief that, hey, I can do this. And number 1, I think may conflict a little bit with what we've heard in 12-step meetings, but I think number 1 is commitment. And that is commitment that no matter what happens, I am not going to pick up. no matter how bad my day was, no matter how bad something hurts, no matter if someone dies, no matter if my dog gets run over, absolutely no matter what is using an option. And that's where we lose most people. Most people have what we call a reservation, which means, okay, I won't use substances unless A, B, or C happens. So basically, I'm setting a reservation for if this particular thing happens, then I can use. And what we do oftentimes is subconsciously, we will make A, B, or C happen. Or that reservation will be something that's likely to happen. So for instance, I won't ever use again unless my partner leaves me. And so then I'm going to become so unbearable that my partner leaves me. And I think a lot of that's subconscious, but I think that's the absolute number one reason that people cannot stay sober is they lack that 100% commitment, that it's just not optional no matter what I'm going through. I'm curious to see what people's thoughts are on this. So feel free to, along with liking and following, feel free to mention in the comments, what am I, things that I'm missing or things that you might agree or disagree with. Thanks. I'd love to hear from you. Bye-bye.